Indeed. Gambit not starting out great here in this series versus the Copenhagen Wolves. Kevin, what do you make of the picks? We saw the Kassadin coming in once again. Yesterday it was on Gambit's side, now on Copenhagen Wolves' side. What of an impression it left on you?
So yesterday we saw kind of tanky build of the Kassadin. This game we saw kind of glass cannon Kassadin, which I like personally more. I think it benefits the team way more if he's a damage dealer than a tank. So this Kassadin pick was alright, and they used it in the early. So yeah, great use of a Kassadin.
Do you think it's still as strong as it was? Obviously it's had that rework, but where do you rank it compared to old Kassadin?
Oh, so old Kassadin was a 10, and this Kassadin is kind of a 4 or 5. So you can use it only in really special cases.
So your team obviously needs to do very good as well. Let's talk about the other lanes. The top lane, Renekton versus Vladimir. We know how much Youngbuck love his Vladimir, but actually Darian was doing pretty well. Tell us a little bit about how that matchup scales up as you go further in the game.
So normally early is kind of Renekton because you can bully, and Vladimir has still really big cooldowns. After level 9 it gets a bit harder for Renekton because he doesn't have too much MR, and the cooldowns from Vladimir are really low, so he can just poke. And yeah, Renekton did actually the smart build and wait for the Blade of the Ruined King with the Spirit Visage, I think it was. So this build is really good against Vladimir, and as we saw, he could have actually killed him twice, I think, but he didn't use the Ignite. Don't know why, but he could have went way more ballsy, Darian, so he didn't do it. But Vladimir did use the split push he had, and so yeah, that was kind of the top lane.
What about Volibear? Because that's the first time we've seen it this split. Obviously, it was Diamond who last year brought Volibear into the LCS. What were your thoughts on him, and how does he fit into the meta right now, and how strong is he?
So Volibear, I personally didn't see him a lot, so he was pretty new to me as well, but it seemed strong. If he could have been more in a skirmish or in a fight earlier in the game, I think they could have put a bigger lead. I think he did great damage if he was in the fight, but versus such a comp the Copenhagen Wolves had, it was really hard to catch someone with the Q. Everyone had kind of escape a pool or the Rift Walk or something. So maybe not the smartest pick, but yeah, overall I think Volibear is still viable.
So about the game itself then, we heard QuickShot actually saying they got into positions, Gambit, where you thought, okay, they're going to siege now, they're going to try and take down some towers, but never really got to that stage. Do you think they could have done more at certain stages of that game where they were ahead?
So it's always hard to push against a Ziggs. It's really hard. He has so many abilities that can interrupt you, that can actually kill you even if you're out of position. So I think they could have maybe... No, actually they tried. They tried like with the split push of Vladimir and then trying to gank that lane. But I think Gambit really countered that really well with Volibear being around and even Edward going there. So I think they did everything right, and Gambit just countered it really well.
Let's look ahead then to Game 2. When we talk about Gambit a lot, that one they suffer a defeat, one day they come back, they come out swinging the next day. But then if I look at this match, they did fight really hard and they didn't make it. What do you think the mindset is like? Do you think they have what it takes to come back?
So I think Gambit is always, when they lose, they're really down. I feel like that. They really have to push them up to get after a lose really good again and motivated and to really want to win. But I think they know what's on the line, and I think they will shape up, and I think they will put some good performance still after the lose.
Yeah, and I think one important factor for Gambit here is that Groove, their manager, is here as well. I've just seen him backstage, so if anyone can kind of pick Gambit up off the floor and get them going again, which they obviously need to do now, be 1-0 behind, then it's Groove, he's here. So that's a good thing for Gambit. We'll see in Game 2 if they can do it.
Absolutely, we'll see what of an impact that will have. Of course, coming up next, the Copenhagen Wolves and Gambit will face off again in Game 2 of their